Checkmate, game number 23, a famous game. Innumerable chess textbooks published since 1914 have quoted the following game as typifying the power of the double check. It was played in Vienna in 1910 between those two famous international masters, Reddy and Tartakower. Pawn, king 4, pawn, queen, bishop 3. The idea underlying this move is to be able to play pawn, queen 4 without blocking the queen's bishop. Pawn, queen 4, pawn, queen 4, knight, queen, bishop 3, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, knight, bishop 3, queen, queen 3, pawn, king 4. With an undeveloped game, black should not attempt to open a file, as an open line is always to the advantage of the player with the better development. Pawn takes pawn, queen, rook 5 check, forced. If black wants to win back his pawn, of course. But this move contributes still further to white's development. Bishop queen 2. Queen takes king pawn, queenside castle, laying a very subtle trap. Knight takes knight, question mark, falling right into it. The move queen takes knight would have cost the queen after rook king 1. But after this 8th move of knight takes knight, black was hoping for rook to king 1, which would have gradually won back the piece. 9, queen, queen 8, check. To be able to double check the king. King takes queen, bishop, knight 5, double check, king, bishop 2. If he had played king, king 1, then rook, queen 8 would be mate. Bishop, queen 8, mate. After the double check, which can only be countered by moving the king, the rook or the bishop mate according to the flight square chosen by the king. Tartakower commented on this game in his Breviary of Chess, and saying, "Better than any spoken word, this game illustrates the power of the double check." This game, which is spectacular queen sacrifice, is so well known that we should not have quoted it, but for the practical lesson it contains. When the game was over, Reddy, who was a very modest man, did not pretend to have been struck by a flash of inspiration. He had a reminiscence. In chess, as in any other sphere, it is the experience of others supplemented by the knowledge of past generations which makes progress and creative efforts possible. The sacrifice of the queen to bring about a double check has occurred many times in the history of chess. A few games will illustrate this statement.